Cheryl Burton. Was born Cheryl Doneghy, native of Danville, Kentucky. Born 1975.
Okay.
I think I said graduated Danville High School, went all the way through the Danville school system. Was born and raised in McIntyre Homes, the housing projects here in Danville. Wouldn't change that experience for anything in a single parent home. I was raised around black kids, white kids, and we didn't know any difference because we were all poor, so we shared dinners, we shared toys, clothes, just whatever, and I even had friends that were gay at that time as kids, in the early 80s, that we knew it, but they couldn't speak out about it.
Right.
So I've was not raised to judge people, because of their race or what they decided to be in life. So I have some very good childhood memories. We would play kickball together, jump rope, sticks, jacks, just whatever. And I wouldn't change it for anything. I put a post on Facebook the other day, like I wouldn't change my childhood for nothing. I love the struggle that I was raised with. I was raised on welfare and food stamps. I remember me and my friends would go and cash in pop bottles to have money to go to Druthers and get fries or chicken or fish crumbs. I wouldn't change that because it's made me who I am today, and it's made me to appreciate everything I have today, and it's made me want to not look at people and think, oh, they're beneath me. No, I'd never and it's made me want to have a heart that was willing to help people and to love people at who they are and meet them where they're at. And if anybody ever, if I can mentor or help someone, to further themselves to be better, that's what I want to do. As a kid, and I didn't, my mom always taught me to be careful where you go. Yes, I just knew that. And we would always love to walk uptown on Main Street and go to the Hub and Louisville Store and Parker Shoes and places like that. And I remember my first experience at Hub Frankel, and there was a little lady in there, and she would follow us around the store.
Wow.
And at that time, my mom was like, don't touch anything, you all go in there, don't go in there if you don't have any money, because you will be, think you're stealing. Every time we went in there, we could have money, and she would still follow us around. So then that was like my real, I didn't really know, it was, racism maybe that hit me that way, but I just knew that because of my skin color, she was following me around, and I need to be careful.
Okay. Were there any teachers that you can think of that were really influential or, played a key role in who you are today?
I will have to, it goes back, the most influential teacher, I'm gonna go back to my elementary school, is Melissa Cottle.
Okay.
She had a heart of because I cried going to school. So when I walked into Miss Cottle's class, it was like my mother. I felt comfortable there, and she embraced everybody. So that was as my childhood experience with teachers. She was probably the most supportive person, because I didn't have any teachers in my elementary school at Oliver that looked like me until Mr. Atkins came my 5th grade year as principal. So her, as elementary, she would probably be the big influence that I had. I love Danville High School. I love that we had a BSU. We had parades back then. So that gave us a chance during our homecoming week, everybody to get together, black, white, Hispanic, whatever, Asian, didn't matter. We all worked on floats together. It was almost like my class of 93, we were a family. And it still feels like that with most of us.
What kind of stuff did the Black Student Union do when you were in school?
Oh God, we had skating parties. We always had a BSU homecoming, BSU Queen Court, I think it was a Queen or something like that. Of course, we had meetings, but it was just a place for black people to go, for black kids to go and to voice, to be ourselves, and to be around those that look like us and to do things.
Do you think it's needed now?
I do. I think that black kids need that outlet, need that space to, and I don't think because some people say, well, you don't have white student union, but black kids need that extra push and the extra group. Maybe the BSU, could do some kind of programming or take them places they can see black people in leadership positions that look like them, since Danville doesn't have that right now.
Right.
And I think that the BSU, could help them hopefully get scholarships, or mentoring programs here. to help the black kids to achieve what they want to do in life.
I feel like with a lot of the issues that are being brought up, people are saying, well, what about the white people? What about the white kids? And, all lives matter and Black Lives Matter. How do you handle those conversations?
Okay, I'm glad you asked that. I do believe all lives matter, point blank, period, yes. But like everyone is saying, all lives can't matter until Black Lives Matter.
Right.
We are on fire right now. We have been on fire, but now our fire has gotten the attention of many people. So it's not that the black community does not care about white people or trying to defund the police department or whatever. We just want the same equality that everybody else in this community and this country has. I want to be able to know that when I go to a bank and apply for a loan and my white friend goes and we have the same credit score, whatever, financial history, whatever, that my interest rate is going to be the same as theirs. Everybody needs to be on a level playing field. I want to see black board members on banks in Danville. I want to see black board members at Boyle County and at Danville. I want to see black teachers at Boyle County and Danville Christian Academy. And I want all our kids to have a chance at the same education and not have to go to school and be stressed out and worried about being bullied and picked on and not having a support system there that they can go to. Black, white, whatever.
So like your experiences with racism, how has that kind of shaped your viewpoint and outlook on just the world in general?
Not just my experiences, but just everything that experience that people have shared with me, things that I have seen on the news and read about, and things that I've seen and I know that go on here in Danville that are not right. And, when we had an issue back in the fall, with one of our leaders saying something to a black woman, that kind of just really set the fire in me to want, because I already knew there was racism there. It's because things I had heard and because people I know and know how they are. And then when that happened, it's kind of sparked a fire. And then we got couldn't get anywhere. And I felt like giving up. This community is not going to want to change. People aren't coming out to support this lady, who's been racially profiled by her boss, one of the city leaders. So I kind of I don't know, felt like I failed. And then once all this started happening with George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and Joe King did a protest that Friday night, and I had people inbox me, there's a protest, I was like, I'm going.
Yeah.
And after that, then I was invited to join United Change for Danville group to help them. It was, I think it was 4 ladies at the time that were doing it. And they brought me in and asked for my help, and I was like, heck yeah, And we immediately did our first protest, and then we, got the other one together, and now we've gotten subgroups in our group that are working on doing things, and we're not going to let up because we know we are seeing there's so much racism in every aspect of Danville, Kentucky.
What's the best job that you've had?
It's my job I have now at Center College. I have the blacks there and all minorities have a great group of allies at Center, and who want to change. And we're working towards that. So I think that some people say, why do you think that's good? It's good because I can be a part of that change. So, and I like it because I can get involved with the students. I'm involved with a group called Sister to Sister. And the past 2 years, we have done outreach with the girls in the community where they come on Thursday afternoons to campus, and a group of the Sister to Sister girls, they have different things they do with them. They'll do teaching them how to write checks, how to balance their checkbook. We talk about health, black health issues and things, self-esteem, bullying, just all kind of things that, black girls need to know about. And it's open to any minority, black girls, Hispanic, any minority girls, to give them that extra boost they may need. I first want to say I'm super proud of Andy Bashir for seeing the disparities in black people's lives as far as health care, job and paying, it makes me sad that it's taken this long for a governor of Kentucky to call all these things out. But it's sad that it took a virus to come about for us for our government to realize this. And I thank God that we have someone in there who is willing to call out these things for us. Our president, I feel so sorry for the people who follow him because they are not educating themselves. They let someone who's filled with hate and division lead them. And it's so much more to this country and what the United States stands for. You know, everybody should have a chance here. That's what it's about. But they're following someone who doesn't want everybody to have a chance. Only the people that look like him and that he likes and that don't make him mad, they get a chance. And everybody else is. I have Republican friends. That's fine. My Republican friends that I have, they don't support Trump because they don't support hate and racism and inequalities. They support what the Republican Party stands for. You know, whatever that may be. I don't think that, and I think the Republican Party has gotten a bad rap for like being racist and all that, because a lot of them are. But that should not be what the political parties are about. You know, you should be able to look, this is what we stand for, and racism shouldn't be one of those. Okay, when has America ever been great for black people? When? You might have thought it was because we were going to school and we have, HBCU colleges and, we have blacks here and there in leadership, whatever. But when has America really been great for black people? Because racism has always been here. We are still some people are still slaves to the government because they imprison black men. They get them one charge. They get on a black man, and then that's his whole life. He's going to be a target. And he has nowhere to go but to the streets. It's hard for him to get a job because of his record. Nobody's going to give him a second chance because because he's black. But a white man can get the same charge and go get a decent job than a black man can. So when has America been great for black people? I love that athletes and anyone famous is coming out and speaking out against Black Lives Matter. I love what the NFL players did as far as putting the video together, speaking out. Baseball players did the same thing. I love it because it's time to take a stand. If we're good enough, if our athletes and stuff are good enough to go play sports for white people to sit there and holler who win us a game, then their lives should matter. It's just not on Sundays when they're on the TV, NFL, or at Rupp Arena playing basketball, or U of L, or whatever college. If you want them there and you want us here, then you treat us like everybody else, like you want us here. Our black community is suffering with so many things. There's so many areas in Danville that blacks are being suppressed in, and our black churches are not stepping up. And and it's sad that it took women to step up and get this movement going. We've had 4 black ministers that have came out to some of our events, to show their support, for our community. And all these churches have members that live in Danville. As a black woman, when we speak out, it's like, oh, she's an angry black woman. I'm angry. I'm not gonna deny that. Right. But it's from years of hurt myself, years of hurt from the stories my mom told me. She was born in 1935. She grew up here in Danville, 2nd Street, right on the corner down there. She grew up where Lee's Famous Recipe is, but her family house when they got older was right there on the corner of 2nd Street, John Eddie's. That was my uncle. But she told me about the times, how she walked to Bate High School and didn't have, her shoes had holes in them. They didn't have buses back then. How she'd go down to the Bun Boy and have to go to the back to get their ice cream cones. They sit at the top at the movie theater because they wasn't welcome to sit with the white kids. So, that's hurt. I have all this hurt from the past that's never being healed. And it's just been, a little bit's been done about it. Okay, we got them quiet now. Let's move on. If something else happen, black start moving and trying to do something, okay, we get to a certain point and they're quiet now. But this movement, it's different. Yeah. I feel in my heart it's different because everybody wants to change. White people are seeing, Asians are seeing how blacks are treated. It's all over the world. People are protesting for us. I did not have no clue I was going to spend my summer doing social justice stuff. I was going to work at a nursing home in Harrodsburg and make me some extra money this summer while I was off. But here I am now working for free.
Yep, fighting for change.
And that's fine. You know, that's fine because it's what's needed.
Right.
It's what needed. And I have 2 grandkids that are going to be going to school here, whether they go to Boyle County, Danville, or DCA. But wherever they go, there will be people there that look like them. When a black person looks at that statue, we don't see a statue. So we might see a statue, but we see hurt. You know, the Confederate statue. We see hurt behind that. It's a lot of racist things that go along with that statue. So you believe in a Confederate. So that means you don't like, you know what I'm saying? That's where my mind goes.
Right.
When I see somebody who's supporting Confederacy, you're racist. You don't like me.
Right. What do you think about just the way history is taught in schools today? Anyway.
Well, I haven't had anybody in school, but I know my daughter didn't get a lot of black history. And she went to school in Louisville, Shelbyville, and she went to a private school in Shelbyville too, and then Danville for 1 year, but no. And then when I grew up, Black History Month in February.
Yeah.
But in our social studies classes, I didn't learn anything about Black history unless I read it on my own. Just that Black History Month is the only time that anything, and it was always Martin Luther King, same ones, like, you know, we had to find out about the other, you know, everybody else on our own. It was always the same ones. Now I know why God sent me back here, just for a time as this. Anybody that wants to come and help, you know, break down walls of racism in Danville, I encourage you to contact one of our group members, because I think that Danville is the city of first, and we can be the city of first to show the rest of the world how to do things.